It starts as a bar of raw gold and a green stone pulled from the earth, and ends up as the most fought-over object in all of sport. This is how the World Cup trophy is made. Every 4 years, one small golden object makes grown men cry. It gets lifted into the sky, kissed, and paraded in front of billions of people. Yet almost nobody knows how it's actually made. So let's fix that. This is the FIFA World Cup trophy. It stands just under 37 centimeters tall, smaller than most people imagine. It's sculpted from 18-karat gold, the kind that's 75% pure. 2 athletes stretch upward, holding the whole planet above their heads. An Italian sculptor named Silvio Gazzaniga designed it back in 1974. He imagined spiraling lines that rise from the base and reach out toward the world. Argentina are the ones holding it right now, after winning in 2022. But before Gazzaniga's trophy existed, there was a completely different cup. The original prize was called the Jules Rimet Trophy. It showed Nike, the Greek goddess of victory, lifting a golden cup. Brazil won it 3 times, so in 1970 they were allowed to keep it forever. Then, in 1983, thieves broke in and stole it. It was never seen again. Most people think it was melted down into anonymous gold bars. And just like that, football needed a brand new trophy. FIFA opened a worldwide contest and received more than 50 designs. They came from sculptors in 7 different countries. Gazzaniga's vision was the one that won. But his very first sketch looked nothing like the trophy we know today. His original idea was 2 goalkeepers holding up a single ball. After days of heated arguments, it became 2 athletes lifting the entire world. Every trophy since has been born in the same small Italian workshop. The company is called GDE Bertoni, just outside the city of Milan. It's a family business, now run by the great-granddaughter of its founder. The method they use is ancient, thousands of years old. It's called lost wax casting. Here's how it works. First, artisans sculpt the entire trophy out of soft wax. They shape every muscle, every curve, and the round globe on top by hand. This wax version is an exact copy of the final piece. Next, they bury the wax model inside a heat-proof mold. Then the whole thing is heated until the wax melts and drains completely away. That's why it's called lost wax. The original model is destroyed on purpose. What's left behind is a hollow cavity shaped perfectly like the trophy. Now comes the gold. Bars of 18-karat gold are heated until they turn into glowing orange liquid. The molten metal is carefully poured into the empty mold. But here's the clever part. A heat-proof core is placed inside to block the very center. The gold flows around it, never filling the middle. So when it cools, the trophy is left completely hollow inside. And that hollow center hides a secret. If this trophy were solid gold, it would weigh around 70 kilograms. That's heavier than most of the players who are trying to lift it. Hollow, it weighs just over 6 kilograms, light enough to hoist toward the sky. A chemist once proved this using nothing but math and the known weight of gold. Fresh out of the mold, the raw trophy is rough, gray, and dull. Craftsmen buff away every tiny imperfection by hand. Then it's cleaned with chemicals to strip off any leftover impurities. Finally, it's polished until it shines like a tiny sun. Every single step is still done by hand, exactly as it was in 1974. Now the golden figures need their base. Set into the bottom are 2 rings of a stone called malachite. Malachite is a deep green mineral, prized for its swirling ribbon-like bands. It adds a burst of color and more than a kilogram of extra weight. The gold sculpture is then mounted firmly onto this green ring, but the trophy still isn't finished. Turn it upside down, and you'll find a golden plate hidden on the underside. Every champion's name is engraved there, next to the year they won. 1974, Germany. 1994, Brazil. 2022, Argentina. Each name is written in that country's own language. And here's the strange part. When the trophy stands upright, you can never see them. The names sit on the very bottom, quietly facing the ground. Only when the cup is flipped over do all the champions appear. Each cycle, the plate is redesigned, curling the names into a spiral. That way, there is always room for the next winner. And now, for the biggest surprise of all. The team that wins the World Cup doesn't actually get to keep this trophy. The moment the celebrations end, the golden original is handed back to FIFA. What the winners take home is a replica. It looks identical, but it's made of brass, coated in a thin layer of gold. The real one lives inside a museum in Zurich, Switzerland. It only leaves for the final match and its famous world tour. Very few people on Earth are ever allowed to touch the real trophy. Winning players, winning coaches, and a handful of heads of state. That's about it. When the original returns to Italy for cleaning, the security is intense. The story goes that the factory's boss sleeps right beside the safe, never leaving it alone. One time, a federation even sent in a fake replica by mistake. There's also a ritual that every winning captain follows. They raise the trophy as high as their arms can reach. That tradition started back in 1958, and it has never stopped since. In pure gold alone, the trophy is worth over $500,000. But to the football world, it's priceless, valued far beyond $20 million. So the next time you watch a captain lift that golden cup, remember what it really is. A hollow shell of 18-karat gold. Two athletes, frozen forever, holding up the world. Hand-sculpted in wax, cast in fire, and polished by Italian artisans. The most wanted 6 kilograms on the entire planet. That's how the World Cup trophy is made. Now it's your turn. What should we build next? Drop it in the comments. The most liked idea becomes our next video. See you there.